Hey guys, today in this video we're going to show you how to set up dosing schedules using the GHL Connect app. For those who just picked up a new GHL Standalone Doser, this video will show you how to connect to the Doser without a PC so that you can start right away with setting up your dosing schedules. The steps we're going to take will involve connecting directly to the Doser's hotspot. So to get started, you'll first need to download the GHL Connect app onto your smartphone or tablet. You can find the app available for download in the Google Play Store or Apple Store. Once that's done, open up the Wi-Fi settings page on your smartphone or tablet. As your device begins to search for nearby networks, you will see GHL Doser listed as one of the networks that you can connect to. Select the Doser network and wait for your device to connect to it. Once that's done, open up the GHL Connect app. The screen you see here is the My Devices page. Here is where you will be able to see any and all GHL devices that you can connect to. Since we're setting up the Doser for the first time, we must first start by adding the device so that we can connect to it. Add a Doser connection by selecting Add Device. Select your Doser, then give this Doser connection a name. In the host/IP field, leave it as it is. Since you're connected to your Doser's hotspot, what you see here is correct. These numbers are your Doser's hotspot IP address. Press the Add button and you'll now see your dedicated Doser hotspot connection listed. Select the connection you just made and wait for the dashboard to load. From here, select the menu icon at the top left part of the screen. Select Dosing Pumps, then select the dosing pump channel you wish to view. If you look at the top of the screen, you'll notice two tabs, Dosing Settings and Dosing Schedule. Let's first start by configuring the dosing pump settings. Start by typing in a description for this dosing pump. Next, select Container is emptied. Move down to the container section and enter the capacity of your dosing container. For example, if you are dosing out of a 500 milliliter bottle, type in 500. Next, enter a number into the minimum field. The number you enter here is the threshold for when an alarm should be triggered. If you'd like to trigger an alarm when the fluid level of this container drops below the amount entered here, activate the feature by tapping the switch icon. Otherwise, leave it disabled and no alarm will be triggered. The next step will be to specify how many milliliters are currently in your dosing container. Select Refill Container and enter the approximate amount. Now that your doser container settings are set, it's time to move on to the pump speed and calibration settings. If you only need to dose in whole numbers and don't need to dose in 0.1 milliliter increments, you can go ahead and leave the pump at speed 3. If you need to dose with 0.1 milliliter accuracy, set the pump speed to 0 or 1. If you need to have single dose amounts less than 0.5 milliliters, we recommend you set the speed to 0. Keep in mind that if you change the pump speed, you must hit save so that the new speed is applied. As for pump calibration, once the desired speed has been chosen, you can go ahead and calibrate the pump. Just make sure you already have your dosing lines installed and filled with fluid. You'll also want to have either a graduated cylinder or measuring cup prepared for this process. Simply run the outflow line into the measuring instrument and select Calibrate Pump. Once the pump is calibrated, you can go ahead and move on to the Dosing Schedule tab. Here is where you will actually create your dosing schedules. First, you have two options. You can select automatically or individually. The automatic option allows the doser to automatically determine the dose times based on the settings you enter here. For example, if you wanted to dose 50 milliliters in one day, you could split this up into 10 doses at 5 milliliters apiece. Simply enter 10 doses per day and 5 in the rate per dosage field. Then select the time for when the first dose should take place. With the automatic option, you could set the doser to run up to 150 times per day. The individual option is made for those who wish to specify the exact times and amounts to dispense. By selecting the tab that says individually, you can press Add then specify the dosing time and amount. With this option, you can have up to 8 individual dose times. The last step will be to select the days of the week you wish to dose. You can either select the specific days of the week to run the dose schedule, or you can select day intervals and enter how often to run the schedule in intervals. For example, entering 2 in the Repeat All field will set the schedule to run every 2 days. Selecting 3 will run the schedule every 3 days. If you'd like to create your dosing schedule today, but not have it actually start today, you can create a delay by entering a number greater than 0 here. If you were to set this to 1, the schedule would begin in 1 day. If you were to set it to 2, the set schedule will begin in 2 days. Once all the information has been entered, press save and you're done. Your dosing pump settings and schedule have now been set up. If you go back to the dosing settings page for the selected pump, you'll now be able to see that the doser has calculated the approximate amount of days remaining until the dosing container runs empty. To continue on to the next pump, go back to the dosing pump settings page and repeat these same steps. Make sure you calibrate each pump and you'll be good to go. Thanks guys for watching this video. Let us know if you have any questions about this video or any GHL product by reaching out to us on our support channels. Links and contact info can be found in the description box below. Until next time folks, take care.